This beautiful life. It is day 8, and today I am doing this sketch by Denise West. And you're probably asking yourself, did she follow the sketch? So I'm going to show you how in my eyes, I followed the sketch very closely. And you can tell me down below if you think I did or if I didn't. So the sketch has a centerpiece, which is so she has a centerpiece right here. I have a much larger picture. My picture is like 5 by, let's see, it's 5.5 by 8. And so I have the middle sheet. I did not put this extra sheet of paper since my picture was so large, but this sheet right here is what I perceive this to be. So this was my water, and it's actually not water, it's a mix-in from my Close to My Heart days, and I've rounded it, and it is about 5 by 10. I do have the white surrounding it just because when I went to do this Cricut cut. This Cricut cut is included. I will share it in the link below. So if you want to recreate this, you would be able to. So the first thing I did with this one is and I was kind of having a shortage of paper. I didn't have most of the camping paper I've already used so I'm making a retreat album. So every time I go to retreat, I make a page or two and put it in there. And I had used pretty much every paper more than once. So I was looking for things that I could use. And so this is actually Hey Handsome, which is of course it's retired because it's close to my heart, but it's the back of the bulk, and I put glitter underneath of it. And this is a Cricut cut, and this is a Cricut cut that I've made very large. I made it to be, it's 11.5. The reason I had to cut it at 11.5 is because that's all Cricut does. So anyway, so I started off with a stencil, and she has torn paper down here, and so I wanted a little place for my bear to stand because there's a running our themes in our retreat often include bears because one showed up a couple retreats back. So I've stenciled here, and so let's see if I really did follow the sketch. So I'm placing these things down here, and my mountains are a little bit larger than I thought they would be, and they kind of block out the sun, but sometimes the mountains do that. So I'm going to go ahead and place all of this like this. And I find I like to use large pictures, but sometimes getting all the things on there can be a little bit of an effort when your pictures are so large, because other things might have been there. But I like using large pictures. I think it's kind of fun, especially with group pictures. Because if you do a group picture and you use a regular size picture, you're going to be straining your eyes. Okay, so this one goes up here, and so I did it. This actually, I just got back from this retreat. Don't you love printing at home? So I printed this at home, and I literally got back from retreat yesterday, and I can't find my tape adhesive. So I had this one funky little weird taper because, man, I use a lot of adhesive. So this one broke. It was one of the cheapies from Hobby Lobby, and I don't have too many that break halfway through it, but this is the only thing I find. So that's what I used. So I'm going to go from the top, and this was a stencil that was from an album retreat. And this was a die. I made a die. I cut a die. I had cloud die, and I cut it out of plastic paper. And then I use it as a stencil. And this cloud was, I put, I believe it was a kiwi lane. There was a shape that was like this, and so I hung it over the edge and just inked around it to give you that cloud look. So lots of different things. I do like to use all of my supplies. I feel really good about that. I try very hard to, part of the reason I like to use my supplies is I believe in being a good steward of what God has blessed me with, and the other thing is I'm a bit of a hippie in the idea of things being produced and then not being used is kind of wasteful. So I'm going to put this down. So this is kind of like a building a scene thing too, so I'm going to go ahead and set this down so you can see my mountains. Instead of having strips of paper, I have mountains, and I have the blue strip, which is the lake. And if you've ever been up to McCall, the lake is very much this color. So this is Glacier. If you're a Stampin' Up! Person, I'm a Stampin' Up! Person now, but I am using up my stash. Glacier is very close to the lake of McCall. I guess it's Payette. It's Payette? Payette. It's a Payette lake that's up there in McCall. But the water is the color of Glacier. And we had so much fun up there, and we got to go on a pontoon boat, and it was so much fun. So I'm going to put this. I'm going to I gotta make sure this is straight. Otherwise, I will put it on crooked, and it will look weird. So I'm going to put this down here. So are you convinced yet that I did do the sketch, even though it doesn't look like it? Looks could be deceiving. So I'm going to put that right there. And now I have my trees. I can have you know what? I'm going to tuck this. This is I just tore off a little blob because I thought, well, I have to make things look as much as I can by theirs. So I will have that set right there like that. And I'm going to move my trees down a little bit. This was a quick layout once I knew what I was going to do. And I actually asked several of these people that were at the retreat, it's like, do you see any similarities between this layout? It's like, I'm not telling a fib, I really did use the sketch. And remember, even if you didn't, sketches are just a jumping off point. And so today is the 8th, and this is day 8, and I'm getting it in super, super late. But so far I've been on time with them, but the rest of the time I took a little break and went to retreat and didn't get anything done. Well, that's not true. I had a really fun time. So I'm going to put these little people in here. And I'm not matting this picture. I don't think I really have to. So I'm going to tuck it in between the trees like this. So I know where they're at. Yep. And so the camp that we go to is like a church camp. We have these stairs. Actually, I should include. I don't think I've scrapbooked the stairs, and I really should, because that is the true test of campers, is can you get down the stairs? So, and none of us are spring chickens, so it's kind of impressive we can get down those stairs. Oops, I'm going to move this over because I want this one. I like it when the trees overlap just a little. I just want just a little to overlap. And this, I was so proud. My daughter made the banner for us. So I always pick a theme. And this time it was May the Forest Be With You. And of course we have our little bear here. And on the other side, eventually I'll make this a 2-page layout, but I'm trying to stay up with Christy's Beautiful Life, and there's a new sketch every day. So I'm just going to put this one right here. And I would not have to, because I have the title. So this could be my title. And that's the wonderful thing about, take pictures of signs, and then you don't even have to have See, I don't know. Let's see. And I've lost a letter, and I will take a picture of it and add it later. I could add some stars to this, but I think I am not, those of you that have watched know that I'm not great at clustering. And I don't even know what I would cluster. I mean, I do have a black star here that I could, I don't know if that would, but it's a sunny day, so I don't know. So, I don't know where I'm going to have to move right there a little bit. And there I go, and I've lost yet another. Oops, you can see the top of my white head. Wasn't that fun? Yeah. May the, see, I don't think this is going to fit. And normally I make way bigger titles than this. The forest. The forest. You see, my little bear is going to have to move. Maybe he could stand. Sorry, little bear, you're going to have to move. And he's so cute. I've got to find a place for my bear. May the forest be with you. And this title I will include too. It's just, basically, it's just texting. It's just the text box. May the forest be with you. So, I hope you will like and subscribe. Oops, where can my bear go? Where should I put my bear? There's no room for the bear. I'm very sad. Because actually, if I'm going to have it right here. Or does it even need a title? Title, no title. Leave me a comment. I'll anxiously be waiting. Of course, you won't see this video until I actually make up my mind. I just don't know where to put my little bear. He just seems to be... Okay. I could put it up here. I think I'm going to put it up there. Top or bottom? What do you think? Top or bottom? Anyway, so that is my video. It was a short one. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.